Hey there, Julia here. Today we're just gonna have a fun ink mixing time. We got a different setup happening here. I just wanna hang out and try to make 3 new fountain pen inks, all with Celadon Cat by Diamine. I decided to mix with this as our main ingredient because although I like this ink okay, it is a little light and I just want to see what I can do to get some more mileage out of this bottle. So let's go through just some of our supplies that I have on hand. I do have these small little plastic cups for larger batch ink mixing. Our final mixes will most likely go in these little glass bottles. I have a blunt syringe for smaller measurements, like it goes all the way to a 1/2 milliliter, so that's really good. And it goes all the way up to 3. So we have that. And then I have my medical pipette for larger measurements, super accurate. This goes from 2 to 10 milliliters. Again, thanks to Wendy Sue for putting these on my radar. Her channel's fun, Fountain Pen News, she's great. And then of course we have some inks, some cups of water, paper. This is Nesemone. Is that how you say that? I have no idea. I don't think I've ever said that out loud. Nemosine paper, and I think this is View Corona. I'm not sure. It was just kind of sitting in this notebook, so we may need it. It's here. So the first thing, let's just swatch Celadon Cat as is. I'm actually gonna do that in my ink journal because we want to document what we come up with. I meant to grab my Kakamori nib out of the other room, but we'll just roll with the Sailor Hakoto right now since it's handy. Still may go get it because I do like to see the different widths of a line. Here we are, the Kakamori dip pen. So there we are. We are working with Celadon Cat by Diamine. Actually gonna swatch it over here as well. Okay, the first thing I think I want to make is the most simple. I just want to make this darker, a little more legible in something like this, a finer nib size. And I think the first thought is to use black, at least coming from my painting classes. We were not allowed to mix with black. We were not really allowed to have any other colors except for red, yellow, blue, and white. So mixing down darker got more interesting because black kind of wipes out a lot of color characteristics and it's so strong when mixing to other colors. So to keep some interest, we are not going to be mixing with black. So the way to accomplish this, I think, is to mix with a darker blue or blue's complementary color, which is orange. Let's try that here and see what we end up with. So for the orange, I grabbed Diamine Bucks Fizz, which has a little bit of shimmer in there as well. I don't really care about the shimmer either way right now, but I'm just curious what we get here. So let's go. I'm just playing around right now. So we're just gonna do like 2 drops of that, of Celadon Cat, a drop of Bucks Fizz. It's a little more green. Okay. It's a nice green, but it's not what we were going for. So maybe that's not gonna do what we want to do with ink, which is fine. We're all learning here. So let's try a darker blue. I have Robert Oster Taiwan Blue. This is really nice. We'll come back to that though, because I do want to make a green as well. Okay, we have Celadon Cat, Taiwan Blue, small amount. Ooh. Okay, there's something there, maybe a little bit too much Taiwan Blue. We still want to keep something going on with the Celadon Cat, so let's play around with this. Let's do 1, 2, 3 dots of Celadon Cat. Let's do a single dot of Taiwan Blue. Still giving this to me, but I think we're on to something. So let's try 2 milliliters of Celadon Cat. With only a half, maybe even less, let's say half of a half of Taiwan Blue. This is where we got to start writing down what we're doing. 2 ml of Celadon Cat, and we did 1/4 of Taiwan Blue. I really like this. I forgot to show you what Taiwan Blue looks like by itself. So it is just this kind of regular primary blue, but added to Celadon Cat, it's kind of pulling out the more tealness of this, which I really like. Let's do a little writing. Ooh, yes. Looking good with our fine nib. Let's test it out on our possible View Corona paper. Yeah, that's right up my alley. Now I'm curious to see if it matches anything that I already have really closely. This is probably, let's see, the closest looks to be like Ferris Wheel Press Blue Yosemite Falls. Yeah, but this has been honestly like drying out and getting darker because I don't have the little gasket on the bottle. So this isn't even true to Blue Yosemite Falls. I don't think other than that I have anything super close to this. Nice. We'll call that one good. And at the end, we'll make larger bottles of this and have a recipe and a name and all of that. Do a little swatch. It'll be fun. So that is going to be our darker blue mix. Okay, next up, I want to make a green. I want to revisit this for sure. But for a green, since Celadon Cat is kind of in the blue family to make a green, we want to add a yellow, gold, something along those lines, apparently an orange, to make a green. So I brought back here Diamine Fortune's Gold, which I do believe was day 1 in the 2023 Inkvent calendar. And so I just wonder what we can do mixing these two together. Just gonna start down here. Gonna do a little drop of Celadon Cat, maybe. Yeah, let's do 2. Just 2 little drops. And then we'll do a 2 to 1 to start off with. 1 drop of Fortune's Gold. Looks like a little bit of a larger drop. Yeah. kind of get that true green here, very springy green, which is something. So that was a 2-drop Celadon Cat, 1-drop Fortune Gold. I feel like this is not really my thing. So I'm gonna reverse it just to see what happens. Like 2 drops of Fortune's Gold, 1 drop Celadon Cat, to see what happens there. We may get something very similar. Just a little lighter, of course, because there's more of that gold in there. Okay, so we're gonna hop back over to this situation because I'm really loving it. Even in the swatch, you can see some of that orange undertone. Yes, okay, so that was Bucks Fizz and Celadon Cat. So let's start 2 to 1. Got 1, 2. Got 1. And that little dot was just on the page already. Yeah, we're getting more olive, like where this is going. What if we did half and half, like the same amount? Okay, we're gonna explore this mix. Let's do 1 milliliter of each. I feel like we may get a little too dark doing 1 and 1, but maybe not. What do we think? Oops. I don't know, I kind of dig it. Little. I like that we're getting some of the like teal haloing happening in there with the shimmer. My only concern about this one is just writing with it and swatching with it. It seems like the shading, maybe not, would be a lot. And I don't like a ton of shading. I kind of like that. All right, and so we know that this is 1 to 1, Celadon Cat and Bucks Fizz. Let's see what it looks like on our, I'm just gonna call it View Corona, because the more that I'm swatching it and using it, it looks to me like View Corona because of its beautiful ink properties that you can see on this paper. Gorgeous. And yes, I can look through my ink directory, but I can tell you already that I probably have quite a few inks that look like this. I could be wrong. Maybe Festival Grove by Ferris Wheel Press. Even though I feel like this is a little more limey in pens. It's honestly reminding me of kelp tea a little bit. Ish. Well, you can see the little bit of orange in there. That's so fun. Okay, yeah, so not as many as I thought, which is good. So we're gonna call that our green. And I do wanna make one more from Celadon Cat. And I feel like I might not need these big of a bottle since we are being pretty conservative with our mixing. So maybe I'll just get some sample vials to put them in. So light blue ink, or light bluish teal dusty blue plus orange equals beautiful olive. Okay, next up I want to make a purple, of course, or a purple-ish type of color. So I have, of course, Celadon Cat, but to add to it, I have a couple of reddish orange colors. So I have Diamine Deep Dark Orange, which is like a red orange. And then I also have a very true red color in Robert Oster Red Candy. So I think what I'm going to do is just go 1-to-1 with both, see which one I'm vibing with more, and then explore from there. Okay, we have 1 drop of Celadon Cat. The top one is going to be Deep Dark Orange. The bottom one is going to be Red Candy. So this is Deep Dark Orange. Yeah, we get nothing really there. That looks purple to me, but a very orangey brown. And then let's see what we get here. Basically the same. So we see that the red is really eating up Celadon. So what we could do here is just have more of Celadon. 1, 2, 3. Let's roll with Red Candy, just because I feel like we can get a little more purpley there. With 1 drop of Red Candy. Since Celadon Cat is not blue, we're gonna get some interesting, dustier results, which is kind of fun. Let's see, this is interesting, this color here. Okay, and that was 3 drops. Celadon Cat, 1 drop, Red Candy. Let's pump it up a little more on Celadon Cat. Also, fun way to use up inks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Pretty much getting the same here. Okay, 4 drops of Celadon Cat, 1 drop Red Candy. So the red is a little crazy, and I don't want to put more ink than that on the page. So I'm going to move over to the cup. Let's go 2 milliliters of Celadon Cat. Which is quite a bit, and maybe like 1/4 of Red Candy. And that way, if we're still too red, we can continue to add Celadon Cat until we get where we want to be. So I need to write that down because I will not remember what I just did. 2 milliliters of Celadon Cat, 1/4 of Red Candy. Now, what in the world? We get a beautiful gray. Wow. With a little bit of red undertone. Now, that is something. Let's add another 1/4 Red Candy. Here we go. We are getting, it's a dusty grayish purple, and I'm here for it. Let's get a new page here. Now what? So confused. What happened? Oh, I know what happened here. I did not clean out this before I dropped it in there. So disregard. Yeah. Somehow we have a beautiful gray. Purpley gray. It is purpley. So this is 2 milliliters of Celadon Cat and a half of milliliter of red candy. Ooh, look what it's doing. Okay, we got to do this on the View Corona. These other colors are turning out really nice as well. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I'm going to actually, since I really like that, add another serving to our bottle here. Can you see that? I'm almost down there with Celadon Cat. Fun. Look how that is drying down too. Wow. Beautiful. Celadon Cat can even go in a sample. All right, so we have 3 new colors, all from Celadon Cat. I'm gonna name these. I'm gonna put them in a sample vial or bottle, and we'll swatch them in the ink journal and call it good. Okay, we have everything bottled, put in sample vials, labeled, recipe'd out, all of that, and we're ready for our final swatches. So our first mix is Taiwanese Cat, and this is an 8:1 recipe ratio with 8 parts of Celadon Cat and 1 part of Robert Oster Taiwan Blue. It's gorgeous. We wanted a darker, more legible Celadon Cat, and I think we absolutely achieved that in Taiwanese Cat. Our next mix is probably my favorite of the bunch, and so I made quite a bit in this bottle, but this is Buck's Cat, and it's a 1:1 mix with Celadon Cat and Buck's Fizz by Diamine. And so yes, we are getting a little shimmer in here as well. Not a lot transferred over to the bottle, but a fair amount. We got a lovely olive green with some of this like Celadon Cat undertones. Sometimes we pick up some of the orange undertones depending on the paper, which is really fun, but overall just a beautiful olive green. And then we made our Candy Cat mix, and this is a 4:1 mix ratio with Celadon Cat and Robert Oster Red Candy. And this one's interesting because it is going down so gray, and I do believe, looking at least View Corona, it dries down so purple, which is super fun. I love gray inks. I love purple inks. So this is super successful to me. Oh my gosh, this is looking gorgeous. Yeah, we're already starting to see the purple come in. That's super exciting. Just gonna move some of this ink around. And while this is going, I'll show you what it looks like on this View Corona paper. So we have Taiwanese Cat looking a little lighter on the View Corona. Buck's Cat. Wow. And then see what I mean with Candy Cat? It went down gray like we see here, and it dried up pretty purple, like a really gorgeous, dusty dark purple, well, like a dark lavender. How fun was this? Probably even more so because I did not know what we were gonna end up with coming into this. I just knew that I wanted to use down some Celadon Cat. It is a gorgeous color with all of these different layers, and so I knew that we could make some other fun inks with it and just experiment around a bit, get better at ratios, use some ink, have a good time. Let me know what you think of these. Do you have a favorite? Are you gonna try any of these out? Even if you don't use these exact inks, maybe you have something similar that will work the same. Very curious what you find. What should we ink with next? This is so fun. I think using Diamine ink vent inks is something because you don't know what you're going to get with those a lot of the time. And there may be inks that you don't love as much. And so this could be a way to bring some life and some love into those inks. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching this. Let me know if you enjoyed. If you need an intro to ink mixing and want to take it back, we did do a very fun ink mixing video trying to recreate one of my first ink mixes called Tea Berry Ice Rink. I'll leave that for you right here to check out. We go through supplies and all of that as well. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.